What's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie P all day. So it's a cooking day. I'm doing something different. I do a lot of food that's meat based because I eat a lot of meat, man. I gotta stay big. So I have people though that say, well, can you do this kind of meal but without meat? So today I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna do a really good one too. I'm gonna do a shepherd's pie. And you're thinking, well, the whole point of shepherd's pie is it's meat and potatoes, basically. Yeah, pretty much, and that's the way I would do it. But every now and then you got to reach a little bit. So I got myself some broccoli, right? Some riced broccoli. All it is shredded broccoli. Literally, you could take broccoli if you want to stay there all day long. It's a lot easier just to buy a little package. But I got some of that, and I got some like zucchini and stuff like that. It's like zucchini, onion, peppers, and all that nice little fresh mix right there, and it's all stringed. So that's going to be good. We're going to add that in there. Then we have French style green beans. Those are a must in any shepherd's pie. And speaking of must is cream corn, but I'm not doing 1 can. I'm doing 2 cans of cream corn. Since it's veggie, I want to add a little bit of that sweetness to really help pull out more flavor. My secret ingredient that I use is artichoke hearts, and I do it. It's got it's in the Italian dressing, the oil and vinegar or whatever. So when you cut this up, that oil and vinegar flavor bakes in, and it's really nice. Outside of that, you're going to need some potatoes. I do it real easy. Throw these in the microwave, and you're good to go. And then you just put it on top and bake it, and I'll show you how easy that is. I got some shredded cheddar, Vermont cheddar, and you want to use seasoning. I actually use shepherd's pie seasoning. It's made for shepherd's pie. It's perfect. It's made by Coleman's. If you guys have never tried Coleman's shepherd pie mix, look it up. It's really good. So this is going to be really simple. All I'm doing is putting, why don't I just show you? All right, pretty simple. I got 2 cans of cream corn. This is the thing I'm cooking separate from the rest of the mix. I want to do the cream corn in its own pot because it's a layer. It's not mixed in. So get it all in there and put it in a little pot, and literally on extremely low heat. You're just heating it. That's all you're doing. The rest of the stuff all goes in the same pan. I got my broccoli. We're going to shove that in there. And the good thing about the broccoli is where like meat will shrink. The good thing about the broccoli is you already know pretty much how much you're going to have because it's not going to shrink on you. So now I'm going to take in the spiraled vegetables, that big mix, put that in there, and I want to get that all over the place. And that is good. Take the water out of your green beans before you put them in there, and mix in your French style green beans. And eventually I'll put this in, just not yet. And I'm going to take my shepherd's pie mix, and I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle. Now there's a way to make this on the package, like you can do water, and I just put it right in there because when you're cooking with it, if you're putting it in the beef creates its own juice. And because I'm using a frozen broccoli, it's creating its own water. So what I'm going to do is when I cover it, it'll steam, and that'll take care of all itself. So I don't have to worry about any of that. So that's literally the hardest part. The next thing is going to be microwaving potatoes. If you can't do that, you got an issue. And putting cheese on top and sticking it in an oven or toaster oven. That's it. This is as simple as it gets, but it's going to be really freaking good. So what I need to do is get out a little rubber type spoon or rubber spatula and just mix my broccoli and vegetable mix a little bit. I just want to get that stirred up so I can A, break up the frozen broccoli, and B, just get some of that seasoning pretty much on everything. And then I want to cover it, and I want to cook it at a lower than medium heat, and just let that go. I can already see even though my cream corn is on a really low, I can already see it bubbling. So I am just going to, got a piece of the package in there. All right, I'm just going to mix that up, and then I'm going to turn the heat off entirely on this for now, because once it gets in the toaster oven, it's going to heat up some more. So let me just get some of this. I can already see it starting to steam, but I really want to get that mixed up, and I want these natural juices to really affect it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it and let it steam all by its little lonesome. That's too small. There we go. I know I have one in there. All right, it's smaller than the actual pan, but it's big enough to get that done. So now I'm just going to literally peel one corner, put it in for 2 minutes. This is pretty difficult. And now I'm on my way to having my potatoes done. Once that's 2 minutes is done, I stir it. I put it in for another 2 minutes. Easy. All right, so I'm going to cut up some artichoke hearts and I'll add those in. All right, so now I'm just going to throw in my artichoke hearts. I just wanted to soften up these noodles a little bit because the artichoke it's already pretty much soft, so I really don't need to soften it up. And the zucchini and all that is. Now, if you want a really soft zucchini, really soft, what you can do is boil it first. You could even, I was going to say you could boil a few things, but you really don't want to. I would suggest not. If you're going to boil anything, just the like the zucchini, because that'll really soften it up. And there's another thing you can do is take a little bit of water. Like I'll show you. Try to make a steam. I'm going to take a little bit of hole. I'm going to make a hole by spinning my spoon in the center of my mixture. I'm going to make a hole. And what I want to do is turn on my water and cup a little bit of water in there. Not a cup of water, cup a little in my hand. And now I'm just going to cover that back up and stir it in. And I'm going to let the water steam the inside and make the vegetables a little bit softer. And that will be good. And that's it. So, let's see. And there's always a knife being used. Shanzu kitchen knives, some of the greatest in the world. This little guy is what I used to cut up my artichoke hearts. So I'm just going to let that heat up a little bit. I'm going to finish with the potatoes. Getting near the end, all I need to do is put the zucchini broccoli mix in here, pour the cream corn on top of that, put the potatoes on top of that, put the cheese on top of that, melt the cheese. Pretty tough. So I basically just poured it in, and now I'm taking my little rubber spatula spoon and kind of pushing it down, making it even so I can put my cream corn on, which is ready to be put on. So all I'm going to do, I just reheated it a little bit. All I'm going to do is literally just pour it nice and evenly all the way around, and then just fan it out. And I'll tell you guys, if any of this is looking difficult to you, then you need cereal and toast, or just go to IHOP, because you don't need to be cooking if any of this is hard. So again, I'm just spreading it out, letting all that creamy juice get inside, and now I have it's beautiful. That's so good. Beautiful texture. Let me get these potatoes out. Oh, it's looking good. So I put a lot of stuff in there. That thing is coming way over the top. Is there a chance some of my cream corn could boil over the side? Yeah, but that's why I put tinfoil down at the bottom of the toaster oven. I could put it in the regular oven and just put it on a bigger pan, but I figure, what the hell? I'm just gonna, all I gotta do is melt some cheese. So if I can actually open the cheese, then life will be better, but I gotta open this cheese. Whew, thank goodness for Shanzu. All right, so I'm going to take just shredded cheddar and sprinkle it over the top. And this is going to add a good crust to the top, but B, it really adds to the flavor using cheddar. You can use other cheeses, but cheddar's better. Just gotta put it in the toaster oven. All right, so how simple and easy was this? I did all the dishes, took out all the recyclables in the time it took just to melt the cheese. So, sometimes it takes me longer to cut the cheese. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. All right, so let's try and see what we got going on here. Well, not try. Well, that's looking pretty good. So the cheese is fully melted. What I want to do is just let it bake in a little bit more. Hold on. All right, this thing looks pretty good, man. Pretty good indeed. Let's see, I can't really tell because of the glare and I'm holding it upside down, but look at that. That looks nice. So now comes the best part, and that's the taste test. So what I gotta do is grab myself a fork here and just kind of get into it a little bit. Ooh, all that stuff is trying to run out of the top. Oh, hey. Hey, that's not so bad. All right. Okay. It's because of the seasoning and the cream corn with the potatoes, it tastes like shepherd's pie. A lot less greasy, obviously, because there's no meat. But the flavor, that's actually really good. All right, so I created something new. And, ooh, that's actually really good. It's a success. So I'm going to go ahead and get my eat on. I want to keep walking away, but it's really tasty. That's just good. All right, so you guys saw how easy it was. Really good if you don't eat meat and you still want a shepherd's pie. You want that flavor. Ta-da! That's delicious. That really is delicious. So try it at home. Do your own thing. Get inventive. Have fun. I'm Donnie B all day. Till next video.